I mean, it's cool. It ain't nothing crazy. I just I had to do a little finessing to make sure my shit get taken care of.
So BMW is your favorite car?
Yeah.
Bro, I was telling you, I had 13 of them because that was like the first car I bought. Like after I graduated high school, and then it was like, what I have? I had like a 2000, maybe like 6, 7 one, maybe even 4. Then I just sell them, make like 5. I would drive for like 6 months, make like 500,000, get like a little better one.
Yeah.
You said you liked your 5 Series?
So look, originally it was Infinities, bro.
I had one of those too. That was my first car. My parents bought me that. I totaled it. I had a G35.
Yeah, I had a G35. I had a red G35. Then I was a 4-door. Then I got the blue G35. Then I got the G37. Like, I was just getting Infinities, and then I was like, man, I gotta level up. I gotta get me a German car. But I didn't want to just get no random 3 Series on an old BMW. I was just like, nah, I gotta get like a fire one. And then once I test drove the BMW, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm locked in.
Bro, I had a 5 Series one time, and we got in an accident, and I swear having a 5 Series saved my life. It was me and my boy.
Yeah.
We had a stoplight, red light, waiting to turn left. It's traffic on this side. It's a median on this side. I can't go anywhere. We see this truck coming from the other side of Jefferson, pickup truck, like kind of smaller one. Luckily, it wasn't like a big ass truck, like a smaller pickup truck. So kind of find out later, dude had a diabetic seizure. He was a veteran, like an older dude. Crossed over Jefferson, hit us directly head on, going like 60 miles an hour.
Damn.
And I swear, if I would have had like a smaller car, he would have rolled right up on the windshield.
Yeah,
thank God we were good. We walked away without a scratch. Like,
damn.
And I swear he had a prostitute in the car. I don't know this for sure, but they crashed.
They crashed and she just hopped out.
She left.
Shit, and left.
Literally. And I'm thinking, like, why would this lady just leave this old guy just got in an accident? I was like, something going on.
That's funny as
what's
fuck.
Good, bro? How you doing? I appreciate you for coming through.
Nah, yeah, for sure. Had to do that, man.
You in town right now? So you live in Atlanta right now?
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta right now, man. I just came back to VA, check on my peoples and shit like that. And I've been seeing your shit go up. So
thank you, bro.
I said, I had to come through and check you out, man. Come sit on your couch and talk some shit with you.
Come on. How often do you come back in the area these days?
I'll be back in VA like every couple months. So like if it's like an event going on, like I was gonna pop out to Wave Fest, but they had like a the shit with the airlines, like a little hack or something.
Yeah, that's why Anisha couldn't make it.
Yeah, so like, and I'm cool with Anisha on her DJ and shit too. So like, I was literally talking to him like a couple nights before, because there was so many different people I was fucking with. It was so many different people like that was on the bill that I was like, I'm gonna come through and show love to, like Rob 49 and shit like that. But I see he was off the bill. Then I talked to them with Anisha. They ain't come through, and then I'm like, fuck. So I was still kind of having cold feet. I went to go book my ticket, and it was like, yeah, we not taking no tickets right now. Like, that bitch canceled immediately. Like, I booked it, then it canceled like an hour later. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? And I was seeing videos from the airport in Atlanta. That shit was no-go. So I said,
yeah, we actually did a live podcast there. I don't know if you've seen.
Oh, swear.
Yeah, Creative Nation reached out to us, and we partnered up with my boy Kello, Coffee Black, and we did they gave us like the second stage, which kind of really wasn't a stage.
Oh, no,
like
yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, we did we got some DJs out there.
Bobby Blaze was performing on there. And
Bobby performed. How you know Bobby?
Smooth. Man, I don't even know where me and Bobby met, but I mean, Bobby been doing his shit in the area for a while, so it's just like, I can't even tell you where we crossed paths. He just always been a good dude, though. So,
bro, very good dude.
Yeah.
I feel like I could see Bobby being like the fucking mayor one day or some shit.
Yeah.
Like one of those guys.
Nah, cause he's staying in tune with what's going on. Especially like I like his style, cause he kind of represent like this side of the water. I don't know why we so segregated like it is, but me being from Norfolk, like, for a long time, it was only on one hand the amount of times I could say I was going to Hampton or Newport News, whether it was going to the Coliseum or chasing some hoes at Hampton University or something. You know what I mean? Outside of that, and then, oh yeah, Cheddar's too. Cheddar's was my shit.
Y'all don't have a Cheddar's over there?
Ain't no Cheddar's in Norfolk. Hell nah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so we would come to Newport News for Cheddar's and the alley. Cheddar's and the alley.
I can see the alley. I never heard anybody say Cheddar's, but the alley is a staple.
I just fuck with the croissants though. I fuck with the croissants, but then some people started saying some wild shit about Cheddar's, so I had to stop that.
It's funny you say the alley, because I actually been to the alley twice. Both times Bobby took me. So I went to the alley with Bobby.
That's crazy.
Bro, they really be having people in there in line waiting for wings. It'd be like 100 people in line.
Yeah.
So you're saying essentially, you're saying it's segregated. the area. We were kind of touching on that on the Wavefest pod, how like we look at this area as fragments, as 7 different cities, but if you really put it together and
it's a big ass metropolis.
It's a big ass circuit. Yeah. Being somebody that's been creating, you from out here, you've been creating for over 10 years. How do you look at the 757 scene right now? Like how do you look at it? What's your perspective on it? When you're traveling around, dude, these people from other places, like, what are they saying about VA? Like, do you know who DJ Clockwork is?
I know the name.
So he was Mac Miller's DJ.
Okay.
He's been coming out to Virginia Beach like a few times over the past few years, like fucking with Fake Azumi, like different DJs out here.
Yeah.
And he was just out here a couple weeks ago, and he left and posted a tweet that I wanted to read. He was like, the 757 has something really special going on right now, from activations to DJs to parties to panels. It's really community down there, a lot of wholesomeness going on down there. This is where you want to DJ right now, trust me.
Yeah, facts.
What do you think about that? How do you look at the scene right now? How are these people from other areas? Like, what are they saying about us? Do they even care about us? Like,
So I like that. I like that saying, and I think it's something that I got to see. I got to see from the inside out and the outside in. So like when I was out here, we had Radio Ready Recording Studio with Jay Bray in downtown Norfolk. We had that for years, you know what I mean? And I started a campaign that I seen, even to this day, I see different figures running with this campaign. I started doing this thing called New VA. And when I did the New VA campaign, I would take different entities, like you from Portsmouth and you fire, but you from Norfolk and you fire. Now, y'all both come to my studio at 8:00. Y'all come to the studio at 8, and I'm going to put y'all on a song together. I don't even care if y'all don't know each other, you know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, you from Hampton, or Izzy the producer, he a producer from this side of the water. It'd be dope if you did a record with this guy, you know what I mean? So that was like my idea, and I feel like up to now, it's like is better than it's ever been before. Like for real, like as far as the area kind of moving as one, you know, is more connected than ever. As far as the outside opinion, for the people that's been through here or even know just a little bit about Virginia, they kind of understand like, oh yeah, the 757, that's what's going on. But then to the ordinary person, they still look at Virginia as one thing, like, oh yeah, you from the DMV. You know what I mean? So some people don't really know how to differentiate like what's really going on in this particular area.
Yeah, most people will not let you say that we're part of DMV.
Oh yeah, nah. I be having whole conversations. Like I try not to it go back to that word. Like I try not to really segregate it and make it like a big thing too much, because you know it is what it is. That's how the world look at it. They look at it like it's a DMV thing. So it's like, I try not to go too much into it, but at the end of the day, it's a difference. You know what I mean? Like we have the 757 scene, the 804, they have their scene. Shout out my boy Traumatone, Charlottesville, and the 434, they have their scene. Roanoke and that side, they have their scene. And Northern Virginia, they have their scene. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just different, you know? It's not the same. It's different cultures. You know,
different cultures. So you're doing this New VA thing. Mm-hmm. What year were you doing that? Did like any music come out of that? Like what were some moments from that time?
So that was
Is that when you like first starting out, or?
Yeah, that was towards the beginning. Like I was already like, it was to a point where I never really put a number on it, bro. But I'd say I damn near had a client list of, if I was to put a number on it, realistic number, I would say well over 2,000 or probably well over 2,000 artists.
2,000 artists?
Yeah.
From out here?
Yeah, from out here.
What?
I think I could almost confidently say that. Like, it was to a point where from my 11th grade year of high school, and then from 11th grade to probably like a 13, 14 year run, I was recording from when I'm not in school, like summertime, 10 a.m. to damn near 10 p.m., like back-to-back sessions, new faces, guys from the military, people coming from. So it's hard for me to really put a date on it, bro. All right, Dat Piff. Are you familiar with Dat Piff?
Yes, sir.
All right, so if you go on Dat Piff, that would actually be the best way to kind of see it, because I did a New VA mixtape, and I released the New VA mixtape where I was taking beats that was Virginia produced beats for industry artists, and then I was taking artists from the area and whatever hot song, like off the top of my head, I know I had like Young Money Yon, Gutter Gutter on there.
That was on your mixtape?
Yeah.
I know that song.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly. Like I was having songs like that. It was
So you produced Gutter Gutter?
No, I didn't produce Gutter Gutter. My boy Zico VIPs did it. But
Okay.
that was the whole concept of New VA was to highlight it, because I was, even back then, I was noticing something like on live mixtapes. Live mixtapes was going crazy back then. I noticed a lot of artists and engineers and DJs out here didn't have contacts to them, but I was already plugged in with them from back then. So it gave me an ability to take songs from this area and kind of platform the songs, you know? So that was the whole concept of New VA. It's like, yo, this is the New VA. Back then, when y'all think about Virginia, y'all think about these people that's on my shirt, these legends, you know what I mean? The Pharrells, the this, the that, you know, Timberland and all of that. But that whole idea was like letting the world see like, no, it's a new VA. Like this is what's going on in Virginia right now. So I was pushing that line at the time. And that's how that project, I put that project out on Dat Piff and live mixtapes and all the stuff that was going on then. But it was just, after I did that, it was just like full motion of a lot of shit going on. You know what I mean?
2,000 artists is crazy. I don't even know fucking 2,000 artists right now out here.
That shit is a fact, bro. That shit is a fact, and motherfuckers can fact check it for real. Like that shit is a fact, because folks that know or remember that time period, that radio ready time period, like they know.
Am I tripping on this shit? My bad.
Oh, it's sliding down.
No, I think I just set it up wrong. All right.
It just need to be tightened.
No, it should be good.
Right.
It should be good.
But yeah, bro. It's like folks that know like that the radio ready was like we had like a little staple, like a little hub to the area as far as
Radio Ready
recording
that's
studio.
a studio. Okay.
Yeah. Because the location was the old 103 Jams location on the corner of Church and Brambleton, downtown Norfolk. So it was so much like, I used to say that like it's not a rapper that's from the 7-5, at least from that time period to close to now, that didn't at some point in their career step through there. And I could stand on that. You know what I mean? Like every artist that have any type of motion or doing whatever, they all got a radio ready story, you know?
I know you did, you worked with Young Crazy early on.
Yeah.
We had him up here. Who are some other artists from like that era that are still going right now? I feel like a lot of people kind of quit or like.
So that's another thing. Like when I look at the area now, it's like, I see a lot of similar faces though, because like I was recording like Young Crazy music. I was recording Breeze Barker music. I would do some B.O. Smook stuff sometimes. Who else from that time period? Even Regime was doing his stuff for Chesapeake. I know Wild Boy had his different things that he was dealing with in his life, but Wild Boy was rapping since then with Young Money Yon. It's a lot of guys, bro. I want to say like the 2K Mello. I want to say he came through sometime. Rest in peace to like Berkeley Boy Tay. You know, it's a lot of guys that's hard too that passed away too. You know. I don't know, man. It's too many to name for real, bro. It's too many names. Names that pop in my head now, as I'm saying too, is like Intellect, A Driver. You know, he do the Made in Norfolk thing now.
Is that Amir Driver?
Amir Driver.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I used to record a lot of his stuff too. Like, it's a lot of guys, bro. Like,
so you touching on some of these legends that we have. I feel like that was almost like 2 eras ago.
Yeah. Facts.
It's like I feel like for us, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like everybody that blows up from Virginia kind of like changes the game in a way.
Yeah.
Like we don't really have people that get on to just conform.
Doing the regular shit.
Usually if you look at all our people that blew up, they all have longevity. They all changed the game. They brought something new to the game.
Yeah.
I don't know, when you look at some of these artists that we've had over the years that are fire that I feel like could have went to the next level, what do you think they were missing or like what was stopping them?
I think it's it's some type of symptom that's like some Virginia shit that actually stretches up to DC too, right? Because I used to take a lot of trips back and forth to DC, and what it is as soon as they get a little bit of what they perceive as motion, as soon as they get a little bit of motion, their work ethic goes out the window. And I think that's the biggest factor, because I'll be in Atlanta and I might be at 5 Star Future Studio or something. I might be talking to the folks over there, and they like, bro, yeah, when Future get in that mode, Future in here every night, and Future is a multi-millionaire, you know what I mean? And certified.
You don't have to do this shit.
He don't have to do it. And he's in there every night. Then, I talk to, whoever at the crib that might catch a record or two or might have a little bit of social media notoriety, and it's like, they might do a song once a month. Yeah, I'm like, y'all going to the studio after the club? No, we going to after hours. It's like, you need to be working right now. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I think that sometimes that stop it from going to the next level. It's the work ethic, because it's a lot of excuses that come behind it, but a lot of it just revolve back to work ethic, because sometimes they have the work ethic, and then and now I'm thinking about like some of the bigger DC artists, right? They'll catch records that goes super big, and then they might get a check from one of the labels, and then they start spending that money and just chilling. And it's like, bro, you supposed to get that check, invest into like a little home studio or something, and just keep it rolling, So I think work ethic is one of the biggest things.
Yeah, people get complacent. I feel like I've said that before too. Like, you'll see a lot of people have excuses like, I didn't get the support. They're kind of trying to blame everybody but themselves.
But themselves, yeah. And sometimes shit just don't go your way, and that's cool. Yeah. That's cool. Sometimes shit don't go your way, but then if it's like, if you don't have no restrictions, there's no reason. Like I always say, if I was a rapper, I would just be dropping shit like every Friday. I'd just be like, at least a song, a video. There's nothing stopping you from just dropping, So.
So I know the game has kind of changed, like with social media now. Like artists have to do like other types of content. Like you can't really just drop music now, I feel like. How has the game changed for producers? Like, are producers having to move any different because of how the game is right now?
Damn, that's a good ass question, bro. I never really thought about it like that. I will say, yeah, I never thought about it like that. I'm not really sure too much how it's changed I just know on the business side of things, I feel like the game for producers actually, it changed for the worse and it changed for the better in two ways. One, it's kind of, it's more saturated. So you got all these fucking YouTube beats, all these, I just said I won't go cuss, man.
You didn't want to cuss?
I didn't want, my mama said, hey, yo, if you go up there, just don't cuss so I can watch it. So I was like, dang, love you, ma. But,
sorry, ma.
I just told my mom I won't go cuss. But nah, so you got all these YouTube beats, right? So I remember they used to have SoundClick where people would go out there and get beats and stuff. So
was it like some BeatStars type thing?
Yeah, exactly. It was literally BeatStars before BeatStars. But
okay.
So the whole thing is, since the game is so saturated right now, and since it's so much, it's so many producers, it brought the value and the price of beats down, because you got so many.
There's more beats in the marketplace.
More beats in the marketplace. More producers not understanding the value of production, so they're willing to take a cheaper price. You know what I mean? And then more artists that's going to get beats from different sources. But on the good note, the good side of that, now you have streaming, so it's more ways for you to get paid for your music. Because back in the day, you used to have two different forms of placements. At least for us in the hip hop space, we were just like, when you get a famous rapper or something on your beat, it's like, yo, is he dropping a mixtape or is he dropping an album? If he's dropping an album, then you could get paid from the label, and this is going to be that, and whatever is going to be big business handle. But the mixtapes at the time, was like damn near a free placement, and the only way you could really get paid for it was the publishing. But now, even though artists put out mixtapes and albums, I think everything is an album placement, because everything comes through all platforms. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, distribution.
Yeah, so it's like, I think it's easier to get paid on the back end, but harder to get as much on the front end.
I think I saw a clip on your page from a different podcast you did where you were like, you wish or you want to see producers locking in with artists more.
Yeah.
Why do you think they stopped doing that? Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm not sure why they stopped. I think it still go back to, you know, it's so many producers, so it's kind of hard because back in the day, you got to think, like, if you think, I don't know how old you are, but if you think
28.
back, right, so if you think back to when you were in high school and you're, like, you probably only knew but so many people that
Produced?
You see what I mean? Like, so nowadays, it's like, man, you could pull your phone out and make a beat on your phone, or you can download, so
But I feel like, even not to cut you off, but I feel like when I was in high school, it was kind of like you were saying. These artists had their producers that you like knew them like for working for. Like I can't remember everybody, but I know like Wiz was working with like Sledgerin,
right?
Like different shit like that.
Right.
You don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it kind of changed because of it being so many producers, and then also it changed with the world going from. Remember, it was a point in time where the world was. It was originality, you know what I mean? Like you didn't want to copy nothing. Like
I was talking about that with Raja. You know Raja?
Yeah, that's my brother,
bro. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, if you wearing that, then I'm gonna wear this over here. Like everything, we just had to be completely different. And then the world kind of moved to a little form where it's kind of like everybody's kind of doing similar things. So
because people had pride in being themselves and being different, being unique.
Go.
Me and Raja was talking about it, like I feel like that we went through. I was telling him like I feel like we went through like a 5-7 year period where it was cool to copy people.
Yeah,
but I feel like
exactly.
I feel like it's over now,
and that's why it's going. So I'm using that as an analogy to go back to. That's why the artist producer combos are starting to come back a little bit more, because what happens is while everybody is copying, it's like, oh, you got. I mean, and it still happens because you look at the Sexy Drill move, the Cash Cobain. Like even my niece, and she does nothing with music. She's like, Uncle, why all these songs sound exactly the same? Because as soon as one person gets a hit record with this person, they're going to that producer and they tell that producer like, make me the same exact, so you have the same songs back to back. You know what I mean?
I think that was partly because of these platforms like Spotify. They wanted they'll have like the AI in it that scans the music, and like if it sounds similar to this hit already, they'll put it in the playlist. Like, yeah. So I feel like they're partly to blame. Is partly to blame where people just wanted to do it the easy way, or they seen it working for somebody else. Yeah. I don't know. But also I think it's like when you lock in with the producer, you have a better chance of creating a sound. Because now it's not a new sound. Now it's not all on you. Right. You're partnering up with this other person who's also an artist. And that's their skill. It's to cultivate sounds. Like, right. And I tell that to artists all the time too. And I'm like, look, I said, bro, at the end of the day, bro, even if it's whack, then it don't count. It doesn't count as harshly towards your catalog because it's not your LP. You know what I mean? So I look at it like that, as far as like you drop a tape with a producer and it's just like, yo, this was a collab tape. This is not an album. You can't count that towards your album catalog, you know? But also I would kind of add on to that, even if it's unique, it almost can't be whack. There you go. It's like the only way something could be whack is if you have something if it's like the same, or if it's like relative to something else, right? If you're comparing it to something, right? Like it sounds like this, but this is way better, so now this is whack. But this is something I never heard before, right? It's like almost you don't really feel any way about it, you just gotta be on some like, oh yeah, I seen bro do the tape with that producer and it wasn't my vibe, but when his album drop, I'm gonna cop it. You know what I mean? Or I see him do the tape with that producer and that was hard. I wish he'd do more of that. Like that's how I look at it. Like it go either way. But I asked Roger this too. So who are some of your, I guess, favorite producers of this era right now? Right now or all time? Right now, like in this era we're in right now. I don't even know. Who you think is actually creating sounds, like creating a new sound? What I appreciate, I appreciate what I just said earlier. I appreciate what Cash Cobain is doing. I'm a fan of success. Like I'm a fan of you working hard and doing something and it taking it to a level. So I appreciate what Cash Cobain, like anytime that you do something where you can hear it and you immediately like, oh, that's his type of, you know what I mean? That's fire to me. So I love them Cash Cobain beats because they got a vibe to it.
when you just asked that question, all the names that just popped in my head was like super cliche, like Tay Keith, ATL Jacob, all of those guys, you know.
Tay Keith really at the top though right now. I think he's like behind the whole Sexy Red sound.
Yeah,
him and
exactly.
Band Boy for real. And
Right.
She's the biggest superstar right now for real.
Yeah, but if I was to just flat out say like my favorite producer right now, I still have to probably give it to my boy C Note, Honorable C Note, just because he don't sound like nobody. He come out with he got his own sound and he goes crazy. You know what I mean?
Okay, so maybe we could back up a little bit. So you're in high school. You're like when you're not in school, you're doing these like 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. sessions. You're doing the I'm sorry, what'd you call it? The New Virginia, New VA?
Oh yeah, New VA.
New VA. So maybe can you just tell us a bit about just coming up, like childhood life, how you even got into fucking doing creative shit?
Yeah, so I'm from Norview, so like I used to coming home from school, people would come to my crib before my peoples got home. I couldn't rap, so I taught myself how to. Well, I was teaching myself how to record myself, but I just ain't like how my voice sounded on tracks. So I started telling other people like, "Yo, I could record you if you want to rap." So people started coming to my crib to record.
What program were you using at that time?
Cool Edit Pro, Adobe, and then it switched to Adobe Audition.
Okay,
that's back in the G, bro. It's back in the day. So yeah, Cool Edit Pro. That's how I using Adobe Audition. Then I went from there to Sonar, and then from Sonar to Pro Tools. But I'm recording people. Then I started making the beats for people around school. Fast forward from that, in Military Circle Mall, we had a booth in the mall. The booth was called Soundstage. It was a booth called Soundstage, and in Soundstage, it was right by the movie theaters. And
didn't that mall close down?
The mall closed down now. Yeah. So it was literally a booth by the movie theaters, and I told you I was recording everybody at the house. So when I went to the mall, I told dude in the mall that was running the booth, I told him, I'm like, yo, I could do this. I be doing this. And I'm just 15, just popping it, like 15, 16, just popping it. And I'm like, yeah, I could do this. And he like, oh yeah? Well, go ahead. He sat down, and then around this time, this when the mall used to jump. Like the mall was jumping, so it's everybody standing around. Like people used to battle it and everything. So it's somebody in the booth right now. Now I'm sitting in the chair, and it's like 20, 30 people around watching the screen, watching me record.
These are clients that you had from home in your studio? Or just
No. This is just random people.
Okay,
this is me just walking. This is me being in the mall and looking and seeing a recording booth and me saying like, "Yo, this is a recording studio in the mall. This is fire." And then me telling the dude that I could do that. You know what I mean? And he let me record, and I'm just nervous, but I'm recording, dude, like punching in and the whole nine. So once he seen I could do that, then he allowed me to start working up there. And I started working at the recording studio in that mall for however long. And then from then, that's when I met Jay Bray and then started doing the stuff downtown. So that's kind of like the fast version of the Kino Beats Norfolk story.
I guess you just started bringing like the people that were coming to your house there.
Yeah, exactly. I had an official location. It was all of our first time into like a real studio. You know what I mean? Like,
what was that guy's name that owned it?
The guy from the first plot, his name was Dave. He was a guy from New York. He ended up shutting that down after probably like 2 or 3 years. So after like 2 or 3 years, he ended up shutting that spot down. And then the Radio Ready was Jay Bray. So then from there, from Radio Ready days, that's when we kind of like was just doing everything, like everything that was going on in the city. And then from there, I had that's when VABP was out around that time and Lex Luger. So
what's VABP?
I think it stood for Virginia Boy Productions.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, so this was Lex Luger's like rap group from Suffolk.
Okay.
Yeah, so he had rest in peace to homie Cap, but he had Cap in there, your boy Black and some of his other guys that was in the group. So your boy Black, just being in the city, he came to me like, yo, man, you doing your thing around here. I want to introduce you to Lex. You know what I mean? Y'all will go crazy together.
What year is this?
2015 or 16.
Okay.
Like, I ain't gonna stunt. What's crazy is even me telling you these stories, like I'm used to telling these stories a lot, but it's 2024. Time flew, bro. Because all of this feels like yesterday, but when I get to telling the story, I'm like, damn, it's really been a long time.
It feels like yesterday to you?
Forgetting, huh?
It feels like yesterday to you?
Some of it feels like yesterday, but then when I get to like really trying to get into the details, I'm like, yo, why can't I remember this stuff? And I remember like, yo, this is really 10, 15 years ago.
Bro, I was telling Raj just like something similar. Like for me, it's the opposite. Like me and Raj, so that was our second pod we did. We did a pod in 2022. And I'm like, bro, it feels like a lifetime ago to me. It was only 2 years ago. Because I've been doing a podcast now for like 5 years, but it almost feels like this is all I ever did. Like my life didn't even exist before this. Like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, see, I think literally that sentence right there, I think that's what it is. I think it's because I didn't deviate. Like if I deviated, I had something to break it up. Like, I'm about to go work at T-Mobile for 3 years.
It's all like one flow.
Always just been the same type of direction. It's just different sections, different chapters to the story.
So this guy introduces you to Lex.
Yeah, your boy Black introduced me to Lex around like 2015, 2016. They had a studio in Norfolk. So I went over there. And me and him started making beats, and then we kind of came up with the concept to start DJing. Like, I was like, man, I'm like, shoot, I'll teach myself how to DJ so that we could do some shows. You know what I mean?
In the area.
I was never thinking about just doing shows.
Oh, just wherever. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, like that was like gonna happen regardless. Like, but I already knew that this is Lex Luger. This 2015, 2016. You're the hottest producer in the world. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, who? That was a thought process. Like, who wouldn't want to hear and meet this? Like, he had a brand, he had a face, the whole Get Smoked Out Luger thing. Like, people could recognize who he was. So I was already thinking bigger than just, doing parties out here. I know we could do exactly what we ended up doing, which was touring the whole Europe, touring the whole Asia, touring 40 out of 50 states in America, like just going to like I knew that the possibilities was there. It just had to put the work in. So what I did was after I kind of taught myself how to DJ, I started doing nightclubs, like doing the circuit here in Virginia Beach and Norfolk and Chesapeake, and kind of getting comfortable with being on the stage, DJing. And so that was like my practice, was doing clubs here.
What was on this tour? So it was just y'all two, or like what was the show on the tour?
Man, I mean, our first date was Atlanta. It was just, we were the headliners. It was Lex Luger, Kino Beats, and we would perform. I would do a lot of the DJing, playing like BMF, Hard in the Paint, all of his hit records that he produced. He would MC, and we'll just turn up. We had some amazing shows. We did some with Waka. That was great, where we was direct support for Waka. So we'll perform, we'll do our set, and then Waka would come out and do the headlining set. We did a show with Future out in Oklahoma City. That was turned. Okay,
so it's these different cities had different kind of experiences.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But and I'm glad you used that word too, because that's what we kind of created the moniker. Like, it was the Lex Luger experience. You know what I mean? And that was the moniker for the dates or whatever. And that's really what it is. It was just an hour of us, just an hour running through the Lex Luger hits. And then since now at this time, me and him was producing, since we were producing a lot of music together at the time too, we started playing, some like a lot of unreleased records and, things of that nature that we were working on, and we're just having fun with it, really, and it was just a good, just fun period of doing that.
So y'all traveled the fucking world. So like, what was some memorable experiences, I guess, from that tour? And also, so you were producing at that time when y'all linked up. What are some stuff you had out at that time?
Around that time, I had just did. I had like my first like batch of placements with Joel Santana and Wiz Khalifa. I had the record called Everything Is Good around that time. I had just did a Young Jeezy record.
Was that the Talk That?
Talk
I think?
That, yeah. I had just did Talk That. I had some Soulja Boy records I had.
What Soulja Boy records did you have?
For real.
I'm a big fan of Soulja Boy. I feel like a lot of people hate on him, but yeah, I really fuck with Soulja Boy.
Man, so all right, he had a tape called Young and Flexin', right?
Okay.
So the tape was called Young and Flexin'. The beat I sent him was called Young and Flexin'. and he named the song Young and Flex, and so the intro of the Young and Flex mixtape, I had produced that one for him. And then
so he named the whole album based off the beat name you saying.
Yeah, bro.
That's fire. Okay.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. But I actually just had one that just popped up on my Genius the other day. And this go back to what I was saying earlier when I said mixtape placements. Because these are mixtape placements. So these was just them using the beat and, wasn't really a lot of business handled. But something just popped up on my Genius, and I don't know, I have to send it to you later, but two random songs, just the metadata for the random songs just popped up like, hey, you produced these Soulja Boy songs in 2013. And I never heard them in my life until like literally probably like a couple months ago, I want to say.
What songs were they? You remember?
I have to go find it for you real quick. But they were from way back then, and I went and listened to them, and I'm like, yo, I never knew this existed. You know what I mean?
Bruh, I'm old enough to remember how crazy Crank That hit.
Oh, yeah,
We in 6th grade at this girl Larissa's birthday party. Mm-hmm. They played Crank That, I'm not, no joke, 5 times throughout this party. And every single time we hitting the dance, it's going crazy. One of my favorite of his newer songs, he got a song called J-Pay. Mm-hmm. Crazy. He got a song called Sean Carter. That's like 2 of his newer ones that's like really fire.
I like the songs. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a Clams Casino beat, man. Anything he did with Clams Casino, I thought those were hard. The song is called Ditto.
Ditto. I don't think I heard that one.
I mean, neither until it came up on my Genius, and it was like it just got added. Literally, what it say? June 16th. It just got added and said I was a producer on Ditto, and I went to go listen to it, and I was like, yeah, I remember this little whack beat.
Not to cut the story off, but how does that program work? So you get alerts when, how does the whole, you said metadata? How does that work?
Yeah, so the website Rap Genius where people go find the lyrics at, they credit the producers. I don't know how they do it, so don't get me the line. It might be some AI stuff. I don't know how they do it, but they're just able to find stuff that you produce. I don't know, like, because I don't even think, matter of fact, I used to have like my first ever tag that said like Kino exclusive, but I don't know how they linked that to me because the song is so old. But
it's like your old tag.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, I don't know how it happened, but it just I have a verified account with them. So whenever anything that I produce that they recognize comes up, they email me and say, "Hey, this song has been published, and you're the producer of it." So it's been a few other songs where it's just people just however they got your beat, they just use your beat and they just put the song out, and then sometimes you find out about it, and if it's something you gotta get your lawyer to take down or whatever the case, you can handle that from there.
So you and Lex go on this world tour. I guess what was some memorable moments from that? Like that was your first time out of the country. Like what was your experience like?
I was born in Kingston, Jamaica. Okay. Yeah, so I was born out the country, but that was my first time going that way, like going to Europe. So
where in Europe did you go? All over Europe?
All over, bro. So the memorable moment was landing, bro, because it's like your first time going, you like, yo, like this really happening. Like we really on this 8-hour flight. So it's like, I don't know how it's gonna be. I don't know if anybody gonna be able to speak English out here. Like, I don't know what's about to happen. Bro, we land. I can't make this up, bro. We get off the airport. I mean, we get off the plane. We walk through the airport. We following the signs. Everything's in French, but they got the English versions too. We go through the Oh,
this is in France.
Yeah, this is in France. It's in Paris. We get through customs, and once we get through customs and we get to our bags, right where the little section where, as if you're a guest, you could still be there. Yeah. Like we walking out. This guy says, "Yo, I've been waiting all day for you. Lex Luger, Kino Beats, you're really here." And me and Lex look at each other like, bruh, what? And he's literally like, I was tripping because I'm like, maybe you might know Lex, but you know me too. Like he like, yo, Lex.
Is he the guy that was picking y'all up from the airport?
No, it was just a random fan that was like, bro, or supporter rather.
First of all, how do you even know y'all was landing there?
How did you know that we were landing there? Like, granted, the show was the next day, but he was like, yo, I just been here for hours. I don't know if somebody told him what, but he was there. He took a bunch of pictures, video. I was like, bro. Me and Lex just looked at each other like, bro, this is crazy. They level of support is unmatched. So that's like, that memory always gonna stick with me. And it's a lot of other ones, bro. Like, cause we did, that first tour was Paris, Barcelona. I think we did Belgium on that tour, Milan, Italy, and Munich, Germany.
Okay.
Yeah. So that first tour was like a 9 day tour, something like that.
It's also funny. It feels like people outside of America kind of are like, they almost respect it more. Like they're like, I feel like they're fans of you longer. Like if you can go outside the country,
Oh yeah,
they'll fuck with you for longer.
Oh yeah.
Like in America,
sure.
It's kind of, fans are kind of fickle. They're
for sure.
on to the next thing.
For sure.
Somebody knock on the door.
For sure.
Who's that? Oh shit! Did you hit Bobby up? Hey yo, it was good. I know that's not what I think it is.
Maybe I did.
Hold on, we got Bobby. We talking about you earlier. That's funny as shit. We got Bobby blazing here.
Maybe I did.
Do you want to sit up here? Or you want to?
I hate to intrude.
Yeah,
Bobby
do your
good,
thing,
man.
Hold on. First of all, what happened to your arm?
Oh man, just moving a little too fast, man. You know.
I'm weak.
It's burning buildings.
I'm rude as fuck too, cause I seen that and I just paid no attention. I'm like, oh, you know,
That's
hey man, sometimes you gotta break an arm,
Yeah,
man.
come here for a second.
Some people say break an arm, some people break a
Leg.
leg.
That's random. So look, Bobby Blade just walked in on some random shit. We talked about you earlier.
Yeah.
Is this the shoes you was talking about on the?
Oh yeah, my brother.
See it, sir.
What's good? What's good?
Hey, money, what's going on?
I'm weak.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna cut the theatrics, man. So
Do I need to do this?
You good? You good?
oh no, you good. So I'm here.
Matter of fact, let me give you the mic.
Yeah, let me see this, man. Hand this over. On behalf of Bobby Blaze Enterprises and Reebok Man Worldwide, and just as a man of the community, I would like to take this moment to offer you just a token of my gratitude, my good friend. You know, you a solid individual. You hold it down, and everything you do is for the community.
Hey man, it's your size.
Your size, baby. Yeah, these your size.
You gotta put a little sound effect in the back that look.
Okay, these your size.
Have you seen
the
that we've been doing?
Nah, I've been catching like bits and pieces.
Yes, man. You've helped the world, you know what I'm saying, get a little glimpse of who Reebok Man is. So I just feel as if this is the least. Slide, brother.
You gotta
slide. You must, okay, the slizzy way.
Oh my God, hold up. Nah.
Ooh, those are icy.
Nah, these actually fire. I love these. They kind of match my outfit right now.
I feel like you should, sir. I feel like it's only right, man. Go ahead and take that good stuff out of there, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? See,
Hey, hold on.
let
Let me see the back real quick. Yeah. You gotta have that good 3 on the back, man.
Are these Iverson?
Oh yeah.
course.
Questions. Those actually I believe those actually the original colorway. Don't quote me wrong. Yeah, those.
That's why you got that big Q on the back.
Okay, and you see this the OG box. You know what I'm saying? They don't even using this logo no more when they use the box. Do your homework on? They don't even do slide out boxes no more. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there.
Whole lot of Virginia business, man.
I really appreciate that, bro.
You deserve it, brother.
That's love. Come on.
Yeah, man, I just got off work. I was like, let me slide over here, man. I ain't gonna lie, I text the kid. I was like, yo, when the next time y'all doing the pod, I'm gonna just come crash that motherfucker and I have a Kanye moment. Yo, I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah.
But I wanna let you know this is the dopest pod in the 757. You deserve some fucking Reeboks. All right, straight up.
Question. And we was just talking about
and
bro.
it's funny, like completely unrelated. I just happened to see him at work earlier. I was just like, oh shit, I'm gonna see you later. Cause the whole time I'm coming to goddamn surprise.
Did you say what happened to your arm?
Man, you know, not all heroes wear capes, man. You know what I mean? I was on my way home from work, man. It was a burning building to my left. And I just heard the squeals of children.
Yo, wait, what?
Nah, that's beautiful.
I'm sorry,
man.
it's happening a little recently, so excuse me. But it's just, it's something
That ain't so
in me
emotional.
just told me I had to go see what the issue was. And Lord and behold, there are children in this burning building. No one in sight.
Take your time, bro. Take your time. Take your time.
something had to be done, Kieran. So I made my way, knowing I got asthma, I made my way into that burning building. And I grabbed those toddlers. And it was two. I ain't gonna exaggerate. It was two.
Hold on, wait, are you being serious?
You can at least let me finish the story first before I finish bullshit. Damn.
Hey, that man said, I mean, are you faking?
I was just getting to the part when I got to the door and then the ceiling caved in on the shoulder. I was just getting there. You fucked it up. But nah, moving too fast at the pool party and slipped. Fell on my shoulder, man. Play as fuck up, man. Play as fuck up. Fractured my hernias.
What the hell is
it?
It
Sounds like a
hernias?
funny word, but it ain't shit funny about it. Yeah, no, not my hernia. My hernias. It's the joint that connects to your rotator cuff.
Damn, I didn't even know your
You're
hernias.
looking good, boy. You're looking good. Hey, yo, come give the camera. Come put your feet. Come hit a Fabo in the camera real quick. Come hit a Fabo in the camera real quick, man.
Yeah. They icy.
Icy.
Nah, that's a fit though.
Yes, sir.
That's a fit,
Bro,
for sure.
I appreciate that, first of all. Welcome back, man. I don't know if you know, but Bobby's actually the person we've done the most content with.
Oh, word.
Like, bro.
Come on.
Deserve it, man.
Me and
That's
Bobby
fine.
have done
Bobby,
6-7 podcasts. We've been on this. We did a bunch of skits. We've been on this new thing where we're trying to get him to be a brand ambassador for Reebok. Mm-hmm. So we've been doing these
the
commercial
content.
type things for actually kind of worked. We did 2 of them. So the first one, it got kind of low-key blew up. It had 1,500 likes. I think Allen Iverson's mom personally sent it to Reebok. She reached out to him.
That's fire, bro.
Then we just did another one where he was it was like a play on P90X. It was B90X.
I ain't gonna lie. See, this be the type of stuff I be like, when I just be laying down, scrolling through Instagram, I just be seeing random stuff, and I don't get to put it together like it's a whole series or a whole thing. I just be seeing the random clips, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, y'all cutting up. I see what's going on. That's fire though, bro.
Hell yeah, man.
The next one pop, we gotta get another one. Goddamn.
We better go crazy again, man. Might gotta do something with your arm. Something a nurse. Take advantage of the sling.
Oh God.
Hopefully we get Kino in it, man. If you in town.
Man, yeah, I just found some, bro. I got some red patent leather. I'm gonna send you a picture later. I gotta get back to
Some Reeboks.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Yes. But my feet grew a little. Well, I got fatter or something, but I can't fit it the same, bro. Oh God, wear bitches with church socks. Oh God, bro.
Nah, this is definitely fire. Okay, so just to get back to the y'all do this tour.
Yeah.
I think what we're saying. What is your view on fans outside of America?
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about. How they just super supportive. You know what I mean? And they're super supportive and more knowledgeable. So even that's what made me start, because it got to a point where we did a tour, then we did another one, and then I started doing the stuff with OG Mako, and then I just was like, you know what? I'm staying. I'm not coming back. So I ended up staying in Paris for 6 months. I ended up staying in Milan for 6 months. Then we started doing the China stuff. I ended up staying in Shanghai. Started living in these places. So the whole thing was their support for the culture was just like none other. They were putting me on the stuff. I'm thinking yeah, I'm about to put them on what's going on over here. So a song will start playing, and I hear Thugger. I'm like, what young Thug song is this? They're like, you ain't heard this one? This da. Even to this day, I got because I have real real partners that some of my closest friends that I met from over there. I literally just talked to my homie Otto. I just talked to him earlier today. He lives in Paris. He'll call me and be like, yo, bro, you heard Lil da. I'm like, who is that? Oh, it's Lil Baby's little cousin from Atlanta, bro. He's next, bro. I'd be like,
over here next to the Eiffel Tower.
yeah, how do you know, bro? He come tell me about Lil Double O, he just knows all these rappers, bro. And I'm like, bro, he puts me on a lot of new rappers. So that made me really love their culture even more, just how they how they love our culture, but they respect it to a level where it's not just about who got the hit record, or they don't care. Like they'll
What do you think they are most attracted to I don't know,
the
like,
music they like.
The music.
Really.
It don't be like the antics or like the
antics
clout
too. The
or
antics
like whatever.
too. The antics and the clout too. I'm not gonna lie, because they don't understand everything that's going on over here sometimes. So sometimes it's the antics. It's a certain type of sound bed, which is hard for me to like really explain, but it's a certain type of sound bed that I know like they're naturally more attracted to.
You
by
said a
us.
sound bed?
Yeah, like
What's that?
like just the type of sounds, like they enjoy like a for lack of better words, they enjoy more spacey sounding songs, more like anything that have like a more spacey type of sound. They kind of gravitate to, and I'm just talking about Europe and Asia as a whole. Versus like over here, we like will appreciate more like yeah, the 808s and the piano, like hard piano, like.
That's why like K-pop and all that shit be over there. So crazy,
there you go.
They like that more like wonky music.
Yeah.
Like,
So they'll gravitate like the rage stuff. The rage stuff goes up, like all of that stuff. That because you got to remember too, some people English is not so strong, so all they can move off of is the music, is the sound. So they need the music to be comfortable to their ear. So we can have a song where the music can be however, because we like, dang, did you hear what he said? But sometimes they may not understand.
They can't hear you.
They can't understand.
Going off the energy of the song, not
Have
the
you-
actual verse.
That's why they need that's why people.
Like Duke Deuce.
Yeah,
They like
exactly.
They know. I was like, I was already dancing like this.
Right, and that's why certain things like people thought that Designer might have sound crazy, but stuff he was saying in that one interview was like factuals as far as making the hits with the vowels. That's part of the reason why it works, because those countries where they don't understand English as well, you could say, hey, panda, 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 So it's like, even though, like, I'll be talking to a girl out there, and she's like, oh, the one song where it's like, panda, panda, They may not know the words, but they know the different,
sound.
yeah.
Have you seen people like not know English but actually know the fucking lyrics to a song?
All the time.
Yeah.
I'm talking word for word. And then after the show, they come to me and I'm dapping them up because I'm excited because they gave me energy all night. Nothing.
They're speaking to you in lyrics.
Bro, it takes the person, it'll be somebody with them and they'll be like, I'm so sorry, my English is bad. How do you say, my friend, she loves you, but she doesn't speak English. And I'm like, Cat. I just watched her sing. I just watched her sing whole song word for word, bro. You play that Playboy Cardi out there, they singing that Playboy. I'm like, he ain't even really making words for real. And you saying them like
Playboy Cardi song is crazy.
Yeah, bro, going crazy.
I think it's cool too because like the music and our movies that come out here, like that's people's introduction to our country. That's what they know about us.
That's how they learn. And I to this point I still can't, because I actually really tried it in reverse. Like Duolingo is good. You can learn stuff from Duolingo, but I tried it like a lot of females I talked to out there. I'm like, yo, so how'd you learn how to speak English? Like, did you go to school? And they're like, no, I learned from watching movies and listening to music.
That's how I learned English when I got here.
Oh, sweet. Where you originally from?
I'm from Bosnia.
Bosnia. Okay.
You were close by when you were in Italy. We're literally right next to Italy.
Okay.
That's right next to Italy? Huh? Yeah, I came here when I was like 4. And I learned English from watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Saved by the Bell. That's my swag.
See?
If you take Will Smith and Zach Morris and put them together, that's my swag.
See, and that's starting to become a problem though.
Reeboks look good on you.
Go with it though. That's the Fresh Prince swag. Oh God. See that's really the problem that's going on now though, because before they would learn from like a lot of movies, but now they're learning a lot from Instagram. So
social media.
So now you got so many like girls coming and talking exactly like Cardi B, and I'm like, yo, it's cool to have fun like that, but you can't. Yeah, you can't just talk like Sexy Red and Cardi B all day. Like you going like
we don't even like.
Yeah, like that's
like, Americans don't even like that.
Yeah, like you gotta have like you gotta know when to turn it off. You know what I mean? We know how to speak our slang and then speak. But they're thinking like that's just how you're supposed to talk 24/7. It's like, yo.
Yeah, I feel about the dude from Could Have Been House.
Who?
Oh, TMS. Yeah, you know, because I ain't
Too much swag?
That's
That
it,
kid.
bro. You could tell he studied New York rappers and just was like, that's how you supposed to talk.
He's funny to me because he's always rapping. I feel like he's rapping about some deep shit. He's always rapping about his soul and
Yeah,
shit. He's
yeah,
like, I put
yeah.
my soul in this shit. Nah, ugliest
no
rapper.
one can stop me as long as you put your mind
Yeah.
to it.
Nah, to me, since I seen that shit, ugliest rapper alive was my favorite like person up there, and he actually might have a hit. That Dirty Weapon
Oh
joint.
yeah, round,
that's a hit. That's a hit.
Yeah. Nah, I be hearing that around random places in Atlanta though. They be blasting that though. That Dirty Weapon hard.
It's a dope song.
Dirty Weapon, but it's just the beat hard. The beat hard. But what he said, that the hook of the beat though, the hook of the beat's crazy.
So we talking about like just outside of the country. I seen you also went on a China tour. I think this was this year or last year, right?
Yeah, so that's like me coming.
Got
out
arrested out there.
retirement.
You don't have to. You don't have to
Oh
touch on
my
that.
dog, man, like you too, brother. Take your time, man.
You out?
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna goddamn it you. I just
Yeah, do your thing, bro.
Show some love.
If you want to chill over there, or you leaving?
Oh, that's cool, man. I'm just getting out of work. I need to go get my life together.
All right, do your thing. Appreciate you, bro.
man.
Come on, man. New owner of some Reeboks, man. Shout out to Bobby Blaze.
Yes,
Come on.
sir.
Give me a round of applause for
That boy in the Reebok community, man.
We welcome you with open arms, my good brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Come on. Hey, be safe, bro. I'm gonna hit you, son.
You know it, buddy.
But yeah, the China tour.
Oh yeah, so I really sometimes, you know, just like anybody else, I get jaded with everything, bro. Sometimes I be tired of everything, and then you know, the universe kind of showed me that how everything kind of fall in place, right? So I left. Everything just like went exactly like how it's supposed to leave. I was doing all the tours with Lex. I started touring with OG Mako. That was a time period from 2015, 2016 until around 2019. I did that for 3 years.
Just staying on tour, on some type of tour.
I was out the country. I was on tour, period, more than I was home around that time. You know what I mean? So I did that for 3 years, but then what was going on too, like I was using those tours to build relationships with promoters.
Okay.
So each place that I would go to, I would build relationships because again, they would see me DJing and I'm just like, I'm the type to go DJ, go put my stuff up, and I'm like, man, I don't know when I'm gonna be back to Prague. I don't know when I'm gonna be back to Hungary. I don't know when I'm gonna be back to all these places. I'm in Switzerland. I'm like, man, show me the city. I don't care how tired I am. So I was building these personal relationships with these people. So I was doing all of that. So then towards the ending of that period, I started to be able to tour on my own and just do Kino Beats DJ tours. So I did like a European Kino Beats DJ tour. That's why I started doing the Asian Kino Beats DJ tour. But I didn't want to be labeled as a DJ. Like my passion was always in the production, but I knew that I needed to have more records. Around that time too, I think I had a record with A$AP Rocky and Pharrell that was called Hear Me. So like records like that, like those were good looks. That was that, you know, gave me a lot of eyes in those different countries. But I just wanted to have more records and be able to play more records while I was out there. So I made a conscious decision to move to Atlanta. I said, you know what? If I move to Atlanta, I'll be able to work with more artists. I have access to more things, and, you know, it'll get more, you know, active. So I moved to Atlanta, and then less than a year after I moved to Atlanta, COVID happens.
Okay.
So then COVID happens, and so it's nothing for me to do but make beats and be in the studio whenever that's available.
So
and stuff
you were in
like that.
Atlanta like the whole COVID?
I was in Atlanta the whole COVID, yeah.
Okay.
I had my spot in Atlanta during COVID. So it was in Atlanta the whole COVID. Obviously, you know, still coming back to the crib, checking on my old folks and stuff like that. But I was in Atlanta for that time period. And
Just not to cut the story off. What was was there a difference in the climate or how the cities were reacting to COVID in Atlanta and Virginia?
Completely different.
What was the difference?
Atlanta was open.
Was it? Because I know like Florida was open and like someplace. So
Atlanta was
one of
open.
those places?
The clubs was open. The Walmart was open. Everything was open. Like you just throwing masks on.
Masked up? They were
Yeah,
masked
you're
up,
throwing
yeah.
masks on, but some people weren't wearing masks. Like it was open. Like it was open and it was lit. See, around COVID time, like again, even talking about this now is already 4 years ago. So, but even around that time period, like I had came back and I remember I had already moved to Atlanta, but I was just visiting VA, and I did a run with Young Crazy. We had just released a song called Spin.
Well, I fuck with that song.
I appreciate it. So when we did Spin, we did a DC run. So we went to DC and we did four shows in DC, like walk through, walk through. You know, we were just doing a full run up there.
In one night?
No, this is either 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 or 3 days. We did like 4 different venues just running through there. And after we did that run, we came back. I kind of remember the date. It was like March 15th, March 20th, somewhere around there, because when we came back, we still just coming up with new game plan, like, yo, this Spin record is about to be one of them ones. Like, we really working the record. So we just did a DC run. We talking about, all right, next we need to go to do Charlotte. We need to do this. We need to do that. And then I'm like, all right, well, bet I'm finna go back to the Atlanta, get myself together, and then let's figure out what we're going to do next. As soon as I get back to Atlanta, COVID start going crazy. You know what I mean? And that's when all the clubs start getting shut down and stuff. So even around that time period when it was even time to like do the video, I want to say like the club we shot the video at had to close at like 11 p.m.
Because
or something.
of COVID?
Huh?
Because of COVID?
Because of COVID.
Yeah.
Like it was a time period where clubs in the area was only open from like 8 p.m. to 11 or so. It was weird. It was confusing because in Atlanta, everything was still open till 3, 4 in the morning.
Here, I feel like it was kind of in the middle. Like it wasn't as bad as like California where they really shut everything down. Also, I think it's interesting. So this run that you and Crazy went on, it wasn't that long ago. Social media is already popping. People are going viral, but it seems like you guys took it back to like a ground level. Like you're trying to go to these places. Do you think that art of actually like touching the ground and going different places, is that lost? Is that something that artists aren't thinking about right now?
It's a super lost art. It's a super lost art, and I'm still a firm believer of that because it's so many people to this day that I still remember and hold them in high regard because of their promo run. You know what I mean? Like I remember when they came to DTLR in Lynn Haven to do album release or like just come into different cities. But now because people see so much, it's like they feel like they're getting played if they go to a city and just get a bottle or two and just do it for free. Everybody want to get paid like for everything. And it's kind of crazy, bro. Like, cause I feel like an old head saying that, but it just never used to be that way. You know what I mean? Like it used to really be a line. It used to be like you're up and coming and unsigned and you're working, or you're signed and you're getting, paid. It was like, so I appreciate it though, cause people can, get their paper. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But it's like, man, as soon as somebody get 1,000 likes on Instagram, you hit them up. They like, yeah, bro, I need 500. I need 3. Like, what are you charging for, bro? Nobody checking for you like that. Like you got a little viral picture or you got a little song.
A viral picture is crazy.
I'm
like,
telling you, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like
you see my shoes I had on in that shit, bro. These Balenci's.
I'm talking about like everybody, and I respect it because charge for your time. I'm never gonna tell nobody like not to charge your time, but it just. Like I said, it was just a different time period, and I feel like that's an element that's missing because people really think that they could just record a video and it's just gonna blow up on TikTok and that's just it. But that's why they fall so fast. You get what I'm saying? They fall as fast as they go up because they never had a connection. It's a little different story now when you're able to be like, dang, I remember him when it was 20 people at the show and he just was in my city walking around showing love. He a real one. I'm going to be a fan of him forever. Like, that's why no matter what the ups and downs of the craziness that go on with, the superstardom that Travis Scott is on, I remember when Travis Scott, at the same time when me and Lex started, like around that time, he wasn't as big, that 2015. His first record was like 2015, but I remember seeing him in like 2014, 2013 before he got super popping, and he'll perform, jump, go crazy, and after he performed, for some reason that year I seen him like 4 times. Every time after he performed, he'll walk through the crowd and come and stand in the crowd and watch the whoever is the headliner act. And people like, oh man, Travis Scott. I think when he had the Rodeo album, even around that time, that Rodeo album, like he'll do his show, he'll be the livest person jumping all around the place, and then after he gets done with the show, he'll come and stand in the crowd and vibe and party with the fans. That alone is like burnt into my brain. You see what I'm saying?
That personal connection.
Personal connection, bro.
Even on people not wanting to go do ground level stuff or like they want to get paid for everything, I feel like that you can miss a lot of opportunities like that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times the experience and like you said, the relationship is the value of the thing. Like the money is like secondary sometimes. Like money just comes and goes. But that experience is like the number one thing I feel like that you can get from doing these different things. And like people, like you said, people blow up on TikTok and they don't have the experience, so they don't know how to sustain it. Like people think like, yo, I blow up and then it's over. I'm done. I'm out of here.
You never met them. You don't even know who they are. You don't know what they look like. Or
you don't know them. But it's also like when you blow up, that's when the real work starts.
Right.
That's when you really need to like study, like learn, like actually know what you're doing. It's not just like it's easier just blowing up and now everything is easy. I feel like it's actually way harder at that point. It's kind of easier to get to that point. I think it was Common. He was like it's easy to blow up, but it's hard to sustain it.
Yeah, and 2 Chainz said in an interview too, which is like my favorite analogy. It's like an hourglass. Like that's why, like, even for my personal career, I'd be like, dang, like I wanted to have done super bigger records, but then at the same time, I'm like, maybe I like this position right here where I'm catching records, because when you get that super big record, as soon as you have that super big record and it blows up, it's like that hourglass flips upside down. And now the time is on. That's just your time running out. That's all that kind of happens. You know what I mean?
That's what would happen when you get to a certain level of success?
Not even just a level of success, but when you have a big song, because now it's like, you know how it's just like the Kendrick Lamar song. Like after a little bit of time go by, now you play it right now and you're gonna have somebody in the room that's gonna be like, y'all ain't tired of this yet?
Not like us.
Not like us. If somebody plays Not Like Us right now, you're gonna have somebody be like, man, it's getting old, bro. And it's like, bro, it's a big song, bro. Like, so it's like the hourglass, as soon as something is the biggest thing in the world, the time is ticking for it to run out. You know what I mean?
I get what you mean.
And everybody's like, okay, what's next? You know, it's like, hey, let me do the big thing, like let it ride first, you know? So that's why sometimes it could be like a gift and a curse. It's like, again, like we talked about like Designer earlier. Panda was damn near diamond. So now it's like, y'all, like, give the man a chance. Like, now you don't even want to hear his new stuff because you let that hourglass just flow out, you know?
I feel like I think what that really is people love an underdog. Yeah. People love you when you're coming up. So now when you're on top of the world, you're no longer the underdog. Right. Right. And I feel like I've said something similar when I was talking about Drake features. You know, a lot of people will be like, somebody will do a feature with Drake, he'll kind of put them on, and then they'll like kind of fade out after that. Yeah. I feel like it's for that same reason. You do a feature with Drake as an unknown artist. Now you're on top of the world. From people's perspective, you pretty much made it as big as you can make it. Yeah, you got. So now it's like nowhere else for you to go from there.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Like there's a crab in a barrel mentality. And that's what it is. Like, once you get up out that barrel, it's like, oh, nah, we got to try to bring them back down here with us. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Okay, so also I seen you made a post on your Instagram. It was like you guys did some type of masterclass at Timbaland Studio, and you were like, you're working on something special for VA for the area. What was that? Did that ever happen? Like, what was that about?
Yeah, so we actually did 3 master classes.
Are you talking about like an actual masterclass from the company masterclass?
Oh, no. I did. So really what happened was I had got booked to do one in Paris.
A real masterclass.
I don't think this was affiliated with the actual company. I could be wrong, but that was really my first just my first time even seeing that name, seeing what it's about. But this was a music producer convention, and it just had like a lot of big time, a lot of A-list producers there, and they had me on the panel over there, and I kind of got the idea of doing like a masterclass in a sense, because I was like, man, what y'all they paying me to come here, they pay me to be here. What you want me to do? They're like, oh, just break down some of the music that you did for the students that are here. So I just wanted to take that concept and bring it back to Virginia. You know what I mean? So It wasn't really affiliated with the masterclass company, but I just did that. I knew that for years, Timberland Studio was a private studio, and unless you had a close relationship with somebody within his camp or something like that, that a lot of people from this area would never get the opportunity to even step foot in the studio.
Does he still have a studio out here?
So he ended up selling the studio or transferring owners, however that went. You know what I mean? So I want to say the location is still there. I haven't been by there in a little while, but I want to say the location is still there. But even when I did the master class, he had already it was already a new owner in that building. You know what I mean? But he had left his plaques and stuff. His plaques were there at the time, you know. So it still gave the area some hope, because they got to come to the studio and see the plaques, and it's kind of like showing them like, yo, this is right here in your backyard. If he could do it, you could do it too, type of thing. So we did a master class, and I just had a bunch of producers come out and just broke down some beats and how I did that, gave my little tidbit and my advice about the music industry and things like that. And I wanted to cultivate that into doing a panel. You know what I mean? And having some, just not myself, but having some different names come down and do stuff.
All producers, or who's going to be on this panel?
See, that was the whole thing. I wanted it to be producers and A&Rs and just different industry figures completely. But it didn't come together as planned, but I'm still working on putting it together at some point, because I don't want it to be something just for me, like just me doing it. Like, I want to come together and do it because I want it to be, it's bigger than just the producers, you know what I mean? It's just a whole set of creatives in the 757 area, period. And I don't even want to close it off the 757, because even when I did a masterclass, I had people drive down from Richmond, I had people come up from North Carolina, people came from DC. So just this whole area, period, just Virginia as a whole, like, there's creatives in all walks of life, and I wanted to be able to do an event that curated all of these creators, but have industry professionals in these events, in these in each category, you know.
That's fire. That's fire. If there is a panel that ever happens, I'll put myself up to be a moderator. Let me know if you're interested. I'll feel like that'd be fire.
And that's part of the reason why I'm here now, because one of the things that I never want to do is I never want to be too far outside the scene where I come back to Virginia and be like, who's that? What's that? Wait, who's doing what? I always want to keep my hand on the scene where I'm like, okay, oh yeah, the hot pot, okay, he's doing that. Okay, let me go chop it up with him and see what, you know what I mean? So I just always want to stay in the loop, and then so I know, because that's something I've seen just being here for years. I seen like you said, like if we go 2 generations ago, you had people that caught their wave out here. And then when they wave was getting to like the old head part of their wave, like not even the old head, just they became like OG status, they still was trying to do everything that same way with the original crowd. And it's like, bro, like y'all been doing the same thing in the same places. Like, reach out to what's new and what's next moving.
I would say that, you know, Rod from Traptastic.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say he's done a great job at that.
He's literally the epitome of seeing what's
times.
Yeah, he evolved with the times. You know exactly, like that's a great example, because people like Rod, like I used to buy sneakers from Rod when I was in high school. You know what I mean?
I just found out he was 40. He just had his 40th birthday the other day. We're supposed to have a pod with him last night. He's been on here before, but we had to reschedule.
I seen him say happy 40th birthday, and I thought they was like, joking.
Bro, 40?
Damn, Lordy,
maybe he was joking. But I don't think somebody would say they're 40 as a joke.
Yeah, that's kind of close. But now he used to, like, he was when I was in high school, he was really like one of my, I wasn't all the way into it yet, but I was still doing it a little bit. He was like my sneaker plug, because he was working at this spot that had the SBs.
Okay.
So I used to go through and get the Dunks and the Blazers, and that was the only spot in Norfolk that you could find like all the SBs. I used to collect them, so I used to kind of go crazy and get in that little wave.
Yeah, I would say he's done a great job at evolving his brand through the time, staying like working with the current DJs who's popping right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I really just have one more question. So I also seen that you worked with Peter's son. On purpose. He's from Virginia, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy because I had him comment on my post literally like 6-7 years ago on some random shit, and I didn't even know who he was. And like fast forward, I'm like, oh, that's Peter.
Yeah.
We're supposed to do a pod too, but it ended up not happening. How was that working with Peter's son? Do you know what he's been up to right now? Because I think he lives in LA right now.
Yeah, he lives in LA. So same thing. I think I was just browsing through music.
And you guys worked together when y'all both lived out here, or
No. I don't remember if we met in person or not. I really don't know. But I was going through some music and I came across some of his music and I thought his music was fire. So I went to his page and I was hitting him up to work. Like I was like, yo, bro, you fire, bro. Like, let's lock in. And then he was like, yeah, bro, we been supposed to lock in, bro. And I was like, oh, dang, that's cool, bro. I didn't know you was hip to me. Like, that's fire. And he like, duh, I'm from Virginia. I'm like, wait, what? And then I went and found out I think he's from Richmond originally. So I'm like, dang, you from Virginia? I was like, oh, yeah, we definitely got to lock in. And I sent him some joints, so we just started working like that. But we still haven't even got to really got in a session yet. But he's super talented, though. And he was cool. He's a cool dude. He got a good team around him, too.
Hell yeah. Well, look, bro, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I appreciate you. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on? Anything else you want to leave the people with? I think you actually have a song with Benny the Butcher dropping tomorrow.
Yeah, Benny.
I had it written down. What was that called?
Nightfall.
Off his Summertime Butch album.
Yeah. See,
that's gonna be on all platforms tomorrow.
Yeah. That's dropping tomorrow. Midnight. Man, see, that's why I came to Off World, man, because I watched what you do and I said, nah, you do your due diligence, bro. You do your due diligence.
I want to give Kieran a lot of credit for this episode because he really got me hip to you.
Oh, word, for
and
sure.
he's a big fan. So when I told him we were doing this, I'll show you the notes. We didn't even get to all the notes. You have like a lot of placements. We didn't even touch on like half this stuff. Thanks. But within like 5 minutes of me telling him that you're coming on, he sends me this long ass like notes thing.
Bro.
I'm like, hey, yo.
I appreciate that for sure, bro. That's hard, man. But yeah, bro, like, I ain't got nothing to say for real, man. It's just Kino Beats on Instagram, and I'm gonna just keep on doing what I'm doing, bro. This is not gonna stop no time soon. The Benny the Butcher record, Midnight, and me and Benny, we gotta. That's just the tip of the iceberg.
He kind of on like a new run right now too. I think he did it on the Radar shit recently.
Yeah, because he just got off a tour, so like it's a great time for him right now because he did a successful tour, had a successful album drop, and now we doing this, and shoot, we got some in the chamber. We got so much more in the chamber. The 24-hour Casino 2 project I just dropped.
I seen you've been working with him a lot. Like I was going through your page and like a lot of the posts that are like with artists, it'll be like with him.
Yeah, so that was us just running just a quick promo for our album that we just did that came out last month. And we just did a tour. We did like a mini tour with that in the Midwest. We did a couple of dates out there in Detroit and Ohio and Canada and stuff like that. But again, I testament to me just loving doing albums with artists because it's like we get everything that we do on that. You know what I mean? So that's why it's like you put your foot in that because everything is all independent. We're able to collect everything on it, you know? So
I guess last question, is there an artist that you're working on an album with right now that people might not expect?
Oh yeah.
Do you want to touch on that?
Nah, I can't
okay.
name it. But I work. Like, here's the thing. Here's what I will say. What I will say is I have four different albums done
with different artists,
bro. Okay. It's just like it's always it's just the politics of getting everything done, bro. But
all different sounds, like
bro,
different styles.
Yeah, one I could name is me and the bro Seti Hendrix. Me and Seti Hendrix, we got an EP done together. He's super talented out of Atlanta right now. But yeah, I got one more that I'm probably gonna drop this year with another artist, and then I got 2 more that I'm just waiting to see how they want to play it. Cause you still, like, for me, I would drop everything, but you still gotta deal with what the artists want to do, what the label want to do, things of that nature.
Hell yeah. Well, I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you.
If you guys are watching this, we appreciate you for tuning in. All bros links will be in the description. Yeah, we'll see y'all soon. Peace.